What's up, guys? We're gonna jump right into it. Basically, I want to give my 2 cents about the state of the game and why something like maxx cannot be banned. Okay, first and foremost, um, things have restrictions, and the ban list and all this stuff, in theory, is supposed to exist to stop something from being abused or to make things a level playing field. Okay, obviously, some things are going to be stronger than others, given in the way that they're designed. But at the same time, things are supposed to, everything should technically have the same fighting chance. It's all about how you use the strategies of whatever. Also, there's luck involved or whatnot. But anyway, let's hop into this real quick. So as you can see, I'm running Sub Terror. This guy's running Dark World, right? Now he plays the Dark World field spell, banish, discard, draw one card, right? Activate the effect, special summon, draw one card. Now he's going to activate the same card, the second effect of it, to draw another card, another field spell. And right here is one of the things. All Fiend monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can banish one Fiend monster from your graveyard, discard one Fiend monster, then draw one card. Now, for those who don't know, wording is everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! There can be something that seems like it's clear cut, but it actually means something different without proper context. This basically means that if he had 100 of this field spell, he could run this field spell indefinitely and keep activating its effect as long as he has another one in his hand to activate it. Okay? As long as he can fulfill the requirement, he can keep activating the spell and keep getting the benefits from it. That's a problem. Okay? If that's the case, well, let's look at something real quick since I got Guru out. Whoops. I go to Guru Arena. Okay, so once per turn. I can only activate this card once per turn. So if I had 3 of them in my hand, I can only activate one of them because of the wording. You can only activate one hidden city per turn. Okay? So, cool, whatever. That right there in itself is a problem. What does Guru and all the Subterra monsters do? Once per turn. I'm also running Altergeist in this build. What do? Lock you into summoning. If I use Multi-Faker and if I special summon Multi-Faker and then I use her effect to summon from the deck, I am now locked into Altergeist for the rest of the turn with summoning. I can't summon anything else unless it was something that was special summoned face down. But other than that, I can't special summon somebody before face up and then use her effect to special summon an Altergeist card from the deck. It just ain't gonna happen. And I can't use anything after. Very restrictive. Even with the Altergeist Link summons, I can't just Link summon them with any old cards. They have to be Altergeist cards, not just one. You can have 2 other cards and then one, but you have to at least have one Altergeist card. No, everything has to be Altergeist. Even if you bring out the whatever the what is it? I forget the other card name. I don't never use it, but it can special summon itself from the hand and turn one of your non-Altergeist Link monsters into an Altergeist card for the rest of the turn. Even with that, you still have to have all Altergeist cards to special summon. Something has to be counted to for the proper summon. But as we're about to see, that's not the case here. And this is leading into something that APS recently made a video about the generic extra deck. So here we go. He removes a card, and activates his effect to special summon himself from the field. From the graveyard. And look at this card. There's no once per turn. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to abuse this card and summon as much as he thinks he needs. So here we go again. Now, look at this. Again, you can only special summon Genta of Dark World, Gateman of Dark World once per turn. You can discard this card to the graveyard. Add 1 Gates of Dark World from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished and you control a Dark World card, you can special summon this card, meaning that out of all the 3 effects that he has, 2 and 3 he can do indefinitely. So when you have that, and then this guy in the graveyard, anytime he can remove that card to special summon himself from the graveyard and put him back in the hand, he can simply discard himself again as much as he wants. And if he had something to recycle these Dark World Gates of Dark World back into his hand, then guess what? He can keep bringing those out. Okay, let's continue. Here we go. Special summon. Now he brings out danger. Now this goes into what decoded to what Coda was just talking about with maxx. If maxx gets banned, this is why people want maxx banned, so they can just keep doing these combos non-stop, and there's nothing you could do about it. Maxx is one of the only things keeping that stuff in check, because if a maxx resolves, you have to make a decision now. Do you leave your board incomplete, or do you keep summoning and let the opponent have a whole bunch of cards that you don't know what they are? That could be anything. That could, whatever. More than likely, most people end their turn. So look at this. He drew all those cards. Again, no restrictions. You got the Danger, Dark World, doing all this stuff. He drew all those cards. Had to put some back, of course, the ones he didn't want. Still summoning. By the way, he's going to be summoning. His entire turn is like 10 minutes. And that's even with the Master Duel cutting out all the unnecessary airtime and all that. Yes, 10 minutes. Which, to my recollection, isn't the turn only supposed to last, you only get 5 minutes per turn? Yes, all of this is like 10 minutes of turn. Look at this. First of all, he cheated the coin flip to even go first so he can do this. And people say, oh, well, what's cheating the coin flip? You can manipulate the coin flip at the beginning to make yourself always go first, unless somebody else is doing it too. And not just with that, you can manipulate the coin toss with anything. Anything that has a card that flips a coin, you can get the desired effect every single time, as long as you don't mess it up. What's the card for with the what is it, Destiny? The Destiny stuff. They have the field spell where anytime somebody declares an attack, they flip a coin. And if they get it right, then basically they do burn damage for half the attacking monster's attack. You see what I mean? Look, he used the same card to get all this stuff out. Even if I use a compulsionary device to send some of this stuff back, he can keep using the danger Nessie stuff over and over again. If I was to negate this with Fiendus, he can still activate it. He can still activate it. I've done it before. I've negated it and he activated it again and still got it off. Look, same card going off into another monster. The same card. Varone. Again, to APS's point. to APS's point, the generic cards, look, whenever something happens, you're always going to see this. Whenever you're whooping somebody, dominating them or whatever, all seems lost, like they don't have a prayer in the world, all you see is them trying to get something on the field that equals 10 so they can bring out Barone. It's always Barone. Barone, Zeus, Cached Hera in every single deck. Now keep in mind, would he be doing all of this if I had a maxx that resolved? Would he have kept going? Would he have stopped? Let's look at his deck count. Out of 40 cards, he's got 14 cards left in his deck. 22 cards in the graveyard on his first turn, not using a gimmick card, like something that specifically sends all those cards to the graveyard because of an effect. No, these were cards that were all used and are now in the graveyard. He used every single one of them. 2 cards banished. What's left in his extra deck? 7 cards left in his extra deck. Nobody sees a problem with that? Of why something like maxx would need to exist? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't care for maxx myself. I play Sub-Terror. I don't do a lot of special summoning. I'm not afraid of maxx. But everybody else simply just spams that stuff. Look at the Super Heavy Samurai. Look at anything mixed with Cached Hera. Look at what's the other one? Heroes. Look at Marine Sis. They all are just doing all this crazy special summoning. Look at Punk. Look at Dragon Link. Look at Dragon Maids. There's a lot of special summoning going on. Dragon Maids isn't so much of a problem that I see because it's really just replacing one monster for another, and that's cool or whatever. It's a lot of special summoning, but still, it's more so the mechanic of everything, not just inherently just special summoning all this stuff from the extra deck and all that. But this, he's got 14 cards left, and I haven't played a single card. I haven't even had my turn. Let's keep going. Yep. Back again. Put him back in the hand, and now he's going to end on that. What do you think that trap card is? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to tribute this card and destroy whatever he feels is a threat with all these negates and everything else to back it up. Let's look at the log. Look at this. Look at this. This is all one turn. This is all one turn. None of those cards are mine, other than the card he forced me to throw away with Dark World Dealings. Look at this. That's all him. Nobody sees a problem with that? He's got 13 cards left in his deck. He's got 21 cards in his graveyard. Okay? 4 cards in his hand. Alright? An entire field. He don't even need none of this stuff back here, because he's got these guys on the field. Nothing can survive. Nothing survives that next turn. With this right here, and what he's about to do right now, obviously destroy the traps. Nothing can survive this. I don't care what deck you had. The only way I would be able to do anything is if I had Dark Ruler No More in my hand right now. Other than that, anything short of that is toast. This is a no-win board because of exploitation, and it'll only get worse if maxx is taken out of the game. If maxx gets banned, then people are going to cheat the coin toss like they always do. Build these jumbo boards, and you just basically lose. And of course, there'll be a Barone on the field or whatever. Because, to be honest with you, the whole meta thing is really kind of an excuse for being weak. Now, obviously, there's going to be some people who say, oh man, you just need to be a better deck, or you need to do this, and sit there, or whatever you're playing, and all this, and why do you have that card, Legacy of the Duelist, and blah, 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 blah. The whole meta thing is the antithesis of video games or games in general. Games are supposed to be about fun. Competitive is when there's money and stuff on the line. So if somebody's going to go do a Yu-Gi-Oh championship or whatever and all this, and they say, well, fuck that, I'm taking the prize money, excuse my language, whatever, I'm taking the prize money and I ain't letting him take it. So uh, if I gotta play Labyrinth, then so be it. Cool. But this is supposed to be about fun and you choose a deck and the harder the cards and blah, 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 blah. That's not what this is. When you see Barone in every deck, that's not what that is. This is, I saw something on YouTube. I'm simply going to copy and paste it because I want to get the W. Even if that means I have to exploit the coin flip, even if that means I have to exploit things that are clearly broken, then so be it. Look at this. Look at this. That's all his turn. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Chime in.